Okay, this is week 5 of the summer of wrestling, and this week I did Attitude Era week. I feel like I haven't been doing enough WWE matches. Technically, this is WWF, but you know what I mean. So I picked the Attitude Era matches from 1998, 1999, 2000. My favorite era of wrestling, just because that's what I grew up watching. I started watching 1999. I might didn't really see a match from 1998 like as it happened, but still still like those matches from '98. So yeah, I'm not talking. I'll just get right into it. First match I saw was Triple H versus Chris Benoit, No Mercy 2000. Yeah, one of those matches I just all these matches like always never seen it before. And this match, 3.5 stars. I think I might be underrating it. Problem is, I like technical wrestling sometimes, but something I like saying is that sometimes a match can be a little bit too technical. I feel like there's just too much like um, psychology and too much technical wrestling, which is like kick, suplex, submission hold, punch, kick, suplex, submission hold. Tacking the arm, tacking the leg, suplex again, kick again, nerve submission hold. I mean, it just moves. I mean, I feel like this match could be on Raw or something. Didn't feel that special to me. I will say like the way like they're executing moves and the way like they're selling was great. Like if this is like you're training to become a wrestler for real, I mean, this is a match you'd want to watch. Just watch these guys how they work. So I feel like they were putting on like a wrestling clinic the way they're working. I just couldn't get into this match. I'm giving 3.5 stars because out of respect for them. Probably should have gone higher, but a lot of my ratings are based on my personal like interest in the match, and I just didn't like it. Um, you know, they're doing good. They're working well, but there's nothing as memorable to me. Oh well. Maybe you like it. Depends. I didn't say I hate it, but I was expecting more. For 3.5 stars, it's still not a bad match. Next match, Kurt Angle versus The Rock from the same pay-per-view, No Mercy 2000. This is for the WWE Championship. Completely different story here. I give this a 3 and 3/4 stars. The Triple H and Tristan Watt seemed like the crowd was kind of deaf for that match. Like, like they just couldn't really get into it, kind of like me. But this match is different. Um, They tried brawling out around the arena a little bit. They had some cool runs. This match, I feel like they were better to the crowd. This is an attitude era crowd where they didn't come. Most likely, they didn't pay for like rest holds and like submission wrestling and like technical wrestling. And probably some people were into that stuff, but for the most part, they want to see matches like this, matches like The Rock and Kurt Angle. I mean, good stuff. They had a couple run-ins in this match that most times runs hurt the match. I think these runs actually like made their match better. If I have one problem with this match is the fact that they they call it the no disqualification match, okay? And for whatever reason, like Stephanie is ringside like managing Kurt Angle, and she's like distracting the referee while Kurt Angle does something illegal, and then Kurt Angle's like distracting the referee while Stephanie like trying to attack The Rock. I mean, doing all these like stuff that like really it's a no DQ match, so like why are you even doing it? They don't need to like pull those like distract referee tricks. And the finish like kind of required the match to be no DQ, but they could have easily done like a rough bump and still execute the finish. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't see the point of having those qualifications because they didn't really use any chairs or tables or you can do no DQ match at least use some weapons, make it take advantage of that stipulation. So that bothered me a little bit. One reason why I didn't get 4 stars. It wasn't the only reason. I didn't feel like it was that great of a match to give 4 stars, but still really good. Next match here. Triple H, no, sorry, not Triple H. Steve Austin versus Mankind. It's a match I'd never seen before. It was the 1998 Survivor Series. And if you remember that pay-per-view, they did this whole like huge like big tournament to decide the next WWF Championship. This, I believe, was the semifinals between Mankind and Steve Austin, and this was a lot better than I was expecting. like really like this match wasn't that great, but the book his match was amazing. How this man was able to screw Austin over win, and how like Shane McMahon comes out. He's dressed as a referee, and he still Steve Austin's a stunner in Mankind, and like Shane counts 1, 2, and he stops and he gives Austin the double bird and just gets out of there, and then like the Briscoes come in and give Steve Austin the worst church I've ever seen. Not worse than like how like painful it looked, worse than like how like terrible it looked. It just like it was actually comical like how bad that chair shot looked, and and the fact that Steve Austin had to sell it. And I think I even read I thought it was just me who's thought it was just me. I was thinking like, man, that chair shot looked terrible, like it sucked. And I found out it wasn't just me. Everybody said it sucked. Even like Mick Foley wrote in his book how that was like one of the worst chair shots ever. Like WWE would refuse to like show replays of it after it happened. But yeah, just and then Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler on counter was great. I mean, just it's a match I enjoy a lot. 3.5 stars, which is probably higher than it should be getting because it only went like maybe 9 minutes or 10 minutes. But they got the most what they're going with, and I think it was just booked perfectly. But it wasn't a classic match or anything. Let's try to make this quicker. Okay, 4 matches to go. Survivor Series 8-man tag. It's from the next year, Survivor Series 1999. You got Crash Holly and Hardcore Holly versus Too Cool, which was Grandmaster Sexay and Sky Too Hottie. Then we got Christian Edge and the Hardy Boys, Jeff and Matt Hardy. So Crash Holly and Hardcore Holly and Too Cool were on one team, and then Edge and Christian and Hardy Boys were on the other team. And this match was pretty awesome. Once again, Jim Ross and Drew are just killing on counter, just make me laugh. But man, anytime you have a Grandmaster Sexy match with Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler's commentary, because he's Jerry Lawler's like real life son, and Jim Ross will will kind of tease that because technically they're not supposed to be related on the show, but but Jim Ross will like hint at that like they're related without really saying it. But anyway, I felt like Crash Holly did good, Parker Holly, everybody's match was awesome. I mean, even like Sky Too High and like Grandmaster Sexy, they can really work well. I forgot how good they are. Of course, the Hardys like and Edge and Christian like Matt Hardy and Edge, they weren't even in the match that long. It was really like Too Cool and like the Hollys like really carrying this match. But anyway, just a fun match. Some really cool spots for 1999. I mean, it's actually a really fun match. This is a match like this I enjoy reviewing, and I'm glad. One reason why I'm glad I'm doing this series to discover like a match like this. I just love it. Couldn't give 4 stars, but man, what a great match! 4 stars. Then we got Chris Jericho in China for the Intercontinental Championship, Armageddon '99. If you read Chris Jericho's book Undisputed, this is the book. This is the match where Jericho was a little bit too like stiff with China because China was dating Triple H at the time. Like they got Jericho in trouble with management, and like there's a man chewing him out saying Jericho's like green and like how he's not worth the contract. He's not worth the paper his contract's printed on. Now he really chewed him out. And he wrote all his books. This is the match. And actually, Jericho did a good job carrying China's match. I really he made China look really good. And I gave it 3.25 stars. I think it was Jericho's first ever title win for the Intercontinental Championship. So good match. Wasn't great, but I liked it. Then we got Fatal 4-Way match: The Rock versus Benoit versus Kane versus Undertaker for the WWE title. Unforgiven 2000. Really good match. 3.75 stars. Couldn't go 4 stars because I think it got like 15 minutes, which I thought was really short for a main event match. But I just want a little bit more. But he did a cool dusty finish in this match, where Chris Benoit wins the title, and then Mick Foley reverses the decision. A dusty finish is when they do a title change, or at least they make you think the title change is being done. Then someone like says like no, they cancels that out. So that's the second time Chris Benoit won the WWE Championship, and then had like overturned, and he never actually won it for real. He won the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, but never the WWE Championship. But yeah, 3 and 3/4 stars. Good match. Trying to make this quick. I'm going a little bit over. Then we got another match here for WWF title. This was King of the Ring 2000. Interesting match here with a 6-man tag. Kane, The Rock, and Undertaker versus Shane McMahon, Triple H, and Vince McMahon. And what seems like at first it was a rare 6-man tag match, but somewhere in the feud, in the build of the feud, they put Triple H's title on the line. And so, Kane and Undertaker and The Rock are on the same team. Like whoever gets the pin would win the title. So obviously, hard for them to work together when they all want to be the one that gets the pinfall. And man, this match, I don't know what it was about. It's just boring, really boring, especially for a main event pay-per-view match with some of these guys involved. And trust me, I'm not underrating this match. Like I had to give one the highest rating for this match, 2 and 3/4 stars. It wasn't really that good. It had some good spots that kind of almost saved the match, but really, it's one of the matches I saw once, and I don't really feel like seeing it again. Hopefully, it's one of the worst matches I've seen so far this summer, and hopefully, see that made it this bad for the rest of the summer. So, try to wrap this up. My top 5 matches of the week. You can see it in the description. I'm not going to really go over it, but you can read it in the description. And then my top 5 matches this summer. I'll go over it real quick. We got Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish versus American Wolves. Super Card of Honor 7 for Ring of Honor, 4.25 stars. We got Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly facing each other at Ring of Honor Best in World 2012, 4.25 stars. We got Kevin Steen and Steve Corino versus El Generico and Colt Cabana at Ring of Honor Bitter Friends, Different Enemies 2, 4.5 stars. Then we got David Richards versus Michael Elgin, Ring of Honor Showdown in the Sun Day 2, 4.5 stars. And number one match this summer for every week since I've been doing this year. We got Samoa Joe versus Necro Butcher, IWA Mid-South, something to prove. And I gave it 5 stars. So that's my matches this week. And I'm not really 100% sure what my next topic's going to be for next week, but you'll see when I post it. And thanks for watching.